Hey everybody, welcome back to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com and here on my YouTube channel. And this time out, we're going to take a look at a relatively new plugin by Waves. This is part of the Abbey Road collection. This is the RS124. I am a sucker for the Abbey Road collection over at Waves, and I've done tons of reviews of all their Abbey Road plugins. You can check the playlist here on the YouTube channel. But if you've been following me for any length of time, you know I'm a sucker for the Abbey Road stuff. It's got a distinct, unique sound that is like no other. And this is a very highly sought after piece of hardware that I guess has been on all the Beatles records. And it's like one of the secret compressors of the Beatles sound, so they claim. However, what I would tell you to do is go out to the Waves website and check out the video on this plugin. What Waves does really, really well, especially with all the Abbey Road stuff, they do some great little mini documentary videos on how the plugins are created, and they show you, the old gear and old photos and old video clips and stuff. And they really teach you about the history of their plugins and the hardware. And it's very, very interesting. The Abbey Road stuff is such an interesting thing. So if you're a geek like me and you like that kind of stuff, you probably are if you're watching this video, I would encourage you to go check that out. It's really interesting. So it's a very simple compressor to use, but it has a very unique and a very distinct sound. And so we're going to take a listen to this on some drums, some bass, some acoustic guitar, and just kind of check it out and show you some of the feature set. And then hopefully you'll want to go demo it yourself. This is not a sponsored video in any way. I paid for all these plugins myself, so I'm not affiliated with Waves in any way. I just love the Abbey Road stuff. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because if you're new here especially, I'm going to give you a couple of free gifts. I want you to check that out at the end of the video as well. And give me the old like, subscribe, and thumbs up if you would. So here we are inside of Studio One, and here is the Abbey Road Studio RS124. Now, let's walk through its feature set. So it's real simple to use, has a really unique sound. So first and foremost, I want to show you that over here on the right-hand side, this little 3 menu button here. If you click that, you can resize the user interface, which is really cool, which is something new to Waves plugins. These are only for Waves version 12 plugins. All of Waves version 12 plugins, if you have older plugins and you upgrade to version 12, you have the ability to resize the user interface if you choose to. If you just buy this straight out, it is already version 12 and you'll have that feature set. So that's that here. Over here on the left-hand side, we have our release time, our recovery time. We have an input control, a beautiful meter here in the center, and an output control. Really simple to use. The attack time is dictated, is kind of preset. And depending on how much input you hit into this thing will depend on how much compression you're going to get. Pretty straightforward, much like an LA2A kind of a deal. We also have over here on the left-hand side this button which will expand the plugin here, which allows you to control the sidechain, high pass, and then also a wet-dry mix as well, which is pretty cool. We also have over here on the right, the unit type. We have Studio and Cutter. Now the Studio model is the actual emulation of the original unit with the original tubes inside of it. It's going to give you more of a compression, a little bit more of a squishy sound. They also have this model called Cutter, and you can see the color of the face changes a little bit. The Cutter unit is a modified unit that has a different set of tubes, and it's going to give you a more aggressive sound, and we'll demonstrate that. They sound completely different from each other. So depending on the program material, one may suit you more than another. We also have this thing called Superfuse, and when you click on Superfuse, you can see the recovery gets grayed out. You can't use it. This matches the attack and release time together, and again, it's going to give you more of an aggressive sound. So if you want that kind of sound, then again, I'll demonstrate that. You can use Superfuse, or you can click that off and you can adjust your recovery time yourself. That's it. Okay. So let's start off here. We have an acoustic guitar track here. Let's start off. Oh, and there's also a bunch of presets here as well. Bunch of presets by engineers, and also an Abbey Road preset as well, that you can always check out as well. But it's a pretty simple thing to use. Oh, and we also have our in and out and gain reduction little toggle switch here. If you want to meter the input, the output, or the gain reduction, we're going to keep it on gain reduction. So let's listen to this acoustic guitar thing. Okay, we can use the input to dictate the amount of compression. So on the studio setting, okay, turn up the output a little. to compensate. That's before. Really helps with that transient, really nice. Now let's switch to the cutter. Back to the studio. So the cutter is more aggressive for sure. Totally different sound, which is really great. Two very unique, distinct sounds here. Let's see what Superfuse does. I want to lower the output here. Now this is a real heavily strummed acoustic guitar, so it'll be interesting to maybe turn down the output and push this a little harder. Let's really compress this and let's see if we could tame that transient a little bit, but not get too much breathing and pumping. Before. After. Now the studio, it's going to compress it quite a bit more. Let's take off Superfuse. So we're going to turn up the output again, level match it. So it just has a real beautiful glue to it. You know, you can really, we're compressing like 15 dB here, and it just sounds just really nice. Use the side chain a little bit here if you want. Maybe even do like a 50-50 thing, just to see. Hit it all the way. See how that sounds. Really, really nice. I love the way it just kind of tightens things up, and it just has this warmth to it that the Abbey Road stuff seems to have. Really, 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 really cool. I'm interested to see they have a ton of all kinds of acoustic guitars split. Let's just see what that. I just wanted to pick one preset. It's before. Yeah. Superfused it on the cutter setting, 100% wet with a pretty high side chain high pass here at 100 Hertz. Really, really nice. That's really, really cool. Let's listen to this on a drum bus. That might be interesting. Let's listen to this on just the drum bus. Again, I'll shut the one off on the kick drum here. Let's just check out unprocessed drums on a drum bus, what that would sound like. Let's try this. Let's turn this on. Okay, so this is the stereo instance of this because it's on a stereo bus here. So everything's going to be kind of linked together because you can use the link, or you can unlink and control the left and right if you'd want to by clicking this little unlink switch here. And you can also take control of the mid-side type of a thing. You can have it in stereo, duo, or mid-side. Okay, we're on the cutter here. Let's go over to studio. That's before. That's after. Yeah, it really brings the snare to life. Let's try Superfuse. Wow, really smashes it pretty good. Let's try cutter. Before. Let's turn this down a little and let's put up the input a little. Level match it. Nice. Back to let's do superfuse. That superfuse really brings a ton of compression, and then you can maybe dial it back if you wanted to with the wet dry mix. Something like that. That's before. After. Let's go back to the studio mode. A little bit warmer, not as aggressive. That's before. After. Really nice. I love that there's such a big difference between studio and cutter. I mean, those two, the modification on the cutter side, way different sounds, which is great depending on what you're going to use it for. Sounds really, really nice. That's on a drum bus. Let's listen to just bass guitar. Let's see what we can do there. We're on the mono version of this. Slow up the recovery a little. We're on the studio setting. That's before. After. Let's go to the superfuse. Way more aggressive. I like that. That's really nice. Let's go to cutter. More aggressive even still. Let's bring drum bass. Doing a lot of compression on this drum. Maybe be a little bit less aggressive on the drums here. Let's get rid of those two. That's no compression on drums or bass. After. Nice. Bring in the acoustic. It's before.
My hands, how can the darkness blind the day? Bring back the light. Where is the pleasure in the pain? Where is my shelter in the rain? Well, I'm
loving it on this vocal. That's before the vocal.
I'm alright as I pick up the pieces that are left of me. I'm alright.
So you can hear it on that lead vocal. Without that compressor, that lead vocal dry with no processing has a lot of spiky notes. The very beginning of each phrase really jumps out and hits you in the ear. This tucks it in really nicely. You can really hear the effect of what's going on in the vocal.
Be away from you.
Sounds beautiful.
And I'll be fine. Clean corner, put him back in order. But know I will always have this too. A little piece of you.
Kind of like the studio setting.
I know the season's about for change. It's changing all around. I know the reasons you've arranged. They're tearing me down. Where is the peacefulness of mine?
Kind of like the studio.
Where will my heart come back to life? I'm alright as I pick up the pieces that are left of me. I'm alright being away from you, and I'll be fine. Cleaning up the corner, putting back in order. Know I will always.
Really nice. I mean, that really sounds, I think, beautiful on that lead vocal. Again, let's take away everything again. So we're running it on the bass, the acoustic guitar, the lead vocal, and the drum bus only. So I'll take away all of the instances as we kind of play this out and see how it sounds. Again, kind of an accumulative effect thing. Let's get around to our lead vocal again.
How could we let this slip away? Slipping through my hands.
Before.
How can the darkness blind the day? Bring back the light. Where is the pleasure in the pain? Where is my shelter in the rain? Well, I'm alright as I pick up the pieces that are left of me. I'm alright.
You can instantly how much warmer and thick the drums, the bass, the acoustic guitar, and the vocals get. It really gives, it's really got that, again, it's the Abbey Road sound. It has that distinct warmth. If you're going for that old school kind of vibe, this is a great compressor. It sounds different than anything else that they have in the Abbey Road collection. It's why I like the Abbey Road collection. And the way I typically use their plugins is I'll do a mix and I'll use all the Abbey Road stuff at once. I may not just use this compressor. I'll use, the Abbey Road tape machines, the J137s. I might use a couple instances of this on selective tracks. I'll use one of the channel strips, typically either one of the red consoles or the EMI TG12345. And then maybe like the saturator compander plugin, along with maybe the chambers plugin. I mean, all the Abbey Road stuff, when you use them as a collection together on an entire mix, it really gives the mix a unique sound that more modern style plugins don't have. Way different than like SSL vibe or Neve vibe or API vibe, which is great on its own, but this is totally different. So I think this is a wonderful addition. And again, I'm a little biased because I love the Abbey Road stuff. And again, this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this with my own money. Waves doesn't ever give me plugins. But they should, because I'm always saying how great a lot of their stuff is, and the Abbey Road stuff is really good. So I would encourage you to take a look at this RS124. You can demo it on their website. And I think I picked this up during the initial release sale. I'm a little late with this video here. I'm about 3 or 4 weeks late, to be honest. And I think I picked it up for $30 or $39. Well worth $39. Again, whenever I'm purchasing new plugins with my own money to add to my collection, I'm always looking for things that are a little different, especially with compressors. That has a unique sound that nothing else really has. And that's what I love about this and the Abbey Road stuff in general. So I would encourage you to check it out. I like this one. I love the Abbey Road stuff. I think it's wonderful. There's other YouTube videos you can go check out as well. But this one's really cool. So I would tell you to check this out. So anyhow, Thanks so much for joining me. And as I said a little earlier, I want to give you a couple of free gifts. If you're new here to Home Recording Made Easy, I want to welcome you to our family. And if you're someone that's returning and you watch all my videos and you've been a supporter of mine for a long time, I want to thank you as well, because you mean the world to me, you guys, for supporting me and for checking out my videos. But for our new folks, I want you to head over to homerecordingmadeeasy.com, because I want to give you a free gift. I want to give you a free mixing course so you can get into and check out my teaching style and see if it resonates and connects with you. So go to homerecordingmadeeasy.com. Links will be in the description box below. Right on the homepage, you'll see it. Get the free mixing course and check out the course. It runs a couple of hours, okay? You're going to get all the audio files, a bunch of videos, and you're going to have me walk you through a mix. We're going to mix a song together, and you're going to see if my teaching style resonates with you. Does it connect with you? Do you get a lot out of the course? If you do, and you want to pick up another one of my courses on the website, one of my paid courses, I want to give you a 25% discount coupon code. That coupon code is YouTube25. Put YouTube25 in at checkout. It will take 25% off any other of my paid training courses on the website. It's just my gift to you for checking out Home Recording Made Easy, checking out the training. I have a ton of training on recording, mixing, mastering, EQ, compression, blah, 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 blah. And I think you'll really, really enjoy it. So go check that out today. And leave me some comments below and let me know, do you guys like the Abbey Road stuff by Waves? If you do you like this particular compressor? Do you have it? What do you like about the Abbey Roads collection? What makes it special to you? And how do you use it? I'd be interested to hear. So leave some comments below. And until the next video, I've been Dave with homerecordingmadeeasy.com and mixingmadeeasy.net. And I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Take care, everybody.